and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're actually in the 3D print farm and we're setting up a brand new printer that I bought. So we have this one that we've had for a while, which is the Bambu Lab P1S. It's currently printing a bunch of things. But now I've just installed and bought this one. It's an A1 printer, so it's a little less complex than the other one. You can print a little bit less complicated materials such as ABS. You're not really going to be printing, for example, or ASA. It's more for PLA and PETG, which is most of what we print anyway. So that's currently calibrating, and then we're going to start some prints. I'll show you a little bit and give a little bit of an overview into that business, what we make, what we do, what we sell. A couple of those things we have on sale in the store here. So we have a little demo area for these types of things. So they're actually battery holders, things you place your batteries for your chainsaws, your garden tools, whatever, on the wall, and you can mount them in an easy and quick way. We've also printed, as I've shown before, a lot of the shelving that we use here in the store. So these are all 3D printed from PETG, and they've been holding up great. Like all of these shelves are all PETG prints that were made by ourselves here in the store. So now we're actually getting quite a big order from Germany, and it's a supplier of crown bracing. Crown bracing is what you do when you have a tree and you need to stabilize the different branches, for example, or the trunk itself to keep it together and prevent it from falling. So we're getting a lot of orders for these ones. We're printing, they're not what they look like, but we're printing 400 of these to sell to Germany. And we also have these ones, which are year markers for when you do this crown bracing, that we're selling to the same supplier. And now let's wait for this to calibrate. And then let's hop onto the computer and I'll show to you what it actually is that we're printing and how the print works. Okay, so here we are. This is this program that you use. It's called Bambu Studio. And here we have the 3D design, or the 3D models of all of these different fits. Whoop, I just moved one, we don't want to do that. And now I've structured them and laid them out in such a way that it's going to be relatively easy for the printer to do this. You can mixture a little bit with the strength, with the quality, with the speed, for example. But we're going to keep it pretty standard here. And then obviously we're using the new printer, as well as this Bambu PETG high flow, which is the material that we're using. So once we've done this and we're happy with the spacing, etc., we're going to go ahead and we're going to press slice plate. What this then is going to do is going to take all of these different objects that we have on this plate, and it's going to make G-code out of this. G-code is what you send to the printer so that it knows that for each little unit of whatever they use to measure on the particular build plate, we're going to put this much filament, and these are the settings, for example. So this is like thousands and thousands of lines of G-code, which is pretty cool. So as you can see now, it's generating G-code layer, and it's it's 750 layers, and then you can imagine that's just that dimension. Total, it's a lot more. And then it's gonna say, okay, this is gonna use 541 grams. The model printing time is gonna be 1 day and 2 hours. So as you see, it's a pretty long period of time. So now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to take this and we're going to press print, and you can see then how long each thing is going to take, where it's going to be, etc. So let's press print, and I'm going to show you what the printer actually does. Alright. So now, after obviously it's been a couple of hours, now we're over here printing. So, and then we have this machine over here. So yeah, that's how you set it up, that's how you create the print, and that's how you print it out. Maybe cue the montage, we'll see.
They be dropping shit, but we be dropping harder shit. Fuck a red beef, I'm tryna get the party lit. Tryna get the party lit for the bitches. Them Nike tights is hugging on that ass like they missed it. What's up?
I have actually been and gotten a haircut since the last clip you saw. And since then, I've just been working on some admin. I've been answering some emails for the various different domains that I have. One thing about doing a lot of things is that you end up with a lot of different websites. So I got like Arbster, Venture Pals, Palm Node, Arbster Innovations, Nordic Social Media, AB, Arbrispedik, and all of those are different domains, and all of those get emails. It's a little bit of a mess sometimes. So I just caught up on some emails, mostly spam, some interesting opportunities in there. We'll see where they lead. Now I've actually got two exciting, amazing things to announce. So first of all, I just hit... Let's see, I need a new phone case. I just hit 4,000 subscribers on YouTube. I made my first YouTube video a long time ago, and it's pretty cool to see that almost 10 years later I'll finally hit that milestone. It's obviously going incrementally, so the last couple of weeks have been, you know, hundreds, whereas the last few years was nothing. So that's very exciting and that's a lot of fun. Part number 2 is for my girlfriend for Valentine's Day tomorrow. Part number 2, which is almost even more exciting, we'll just put this, is that I have actually bought an apartment. As you may know, I have been renting a house here with a couple of friends for the last year and a half, 2 years almost. And I just felt that now it was time to move back in again on my own. But it's not going to be entirely on my own because my girlfriend's going to be moving in with me. So that's a fun, exciting chapter. And it's a lot of fun to have your own space again and not feel like you have to share. I love the people I live with. They're my best friends and will be some of my best friends for life, that's for sure. But you know, it's time to move on a little bit and do something more mature. So those are 2 very good, exciting news. And yeah, tomorrow I'm actually going to Albania. But before that, tomorrow we have some admin stuff. So you'll be seeing, or not admin. Before that, we have some fun stuff, a couple of meetings. We're going to be selling some bags. I'm going to be showing you some more on the 3D printer because I was using that, the one that I set up today. I put it on for a print over the evening. So now we're going to take some of the vitamins that we have. I'll show you. I'm not super big into vitamins and I'm probably in the worst shape that I've been since like years. But one thing I take is omega-3. So I take 3 of those bad boys. Another thing I take is ashwagandha. 1 of these per day. I'm not sure if it actually helps, but that's what they say. Magnesium, supposedly very good for sleep and rest and recovery, and as well as mental sharpness. So that's a big one for me. I take 1 of those every day. Vitamin D3, also apparently good for various things. Vitamin B, as well as at least 5 grams of creatine every day. So I have a powder too, and then I usually supplement with these in the evening. So people typically say that you're meant to take 5 grams or so of creatine, but I've read a lot of studies recently about it being good for brain health if you take larger doses, such as 10, 15, 20 grams per day. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. But we're gonna get all of these pills down. They turn out to be quite a few. See if I can get them all in one go. But and then actually we're gonna head to bed. It's 12 o'clock. We're gonna be doing some fun stuff tomorrow, and then in the evening tomorrow head to Albania for a weekend. So yeah, let's cut to that. I'll share the details and pricing on the palmy bags.
The man them too inconsiderate, 5-star hotel smoking cigarette, mixing codeine up with a Finnegan. She got thick but she wanna get thin again, drinking apple cider vinegar, wearing skim cause she wanna be Kim in them. Alright, I know they are bad, stop.
Okay, we're taking a quick dip to Albania. I don't really know what we're doing here. It's just me and my girlfriend having fun a little bit. Almost tripped over a rock there in this little video segment. But I've been a little bit to some degree struggling with these types of videos. Like, what do I record? Do I keep this a professional channel? Do I show these types of trip in detail? But kind of like what I touched upon in an earlier clip is that I feel sometimes what I record is very, very monotone in that it's the same thing every day. It's me going to Arb Safe, it's me coding, it's me going to the gym, and this is what it is. But the reality of it is that is what it is. And to some degree I'm documenting my life. And when I'm doing that, I'm showing what I am doing. And it comes back to that concept of having urgency in the micro, but macro patience in that it's every day is gonna look the same. Every day in today, next week, next month, next year, maybe even up for the next 10 years until something greater hits. But that's why it's fun to take a little break from the standard and come on a quick weekend trip like this to Albania, which is very random. We just found this place because it had good timing. We could come on a Friday, leave on a Sunday, not have to take any time off work. So we're just gonna walk around a little bit, explore the city, and then yeah, see where it takes us. But yeah, cue the montage.
SUV, the outside white, the inside brown like Michael Jack. More time and Bella line and trap. Spend like I don't even like my stack. Pistol came on an Irish ferry, let go and it sound like.
Alright, so we're coming towards the end of the day here in Albania. I'll give Tirana a solid 6.5 out of 10. It's a nice city, there's a lot of construction going on. it's always cool in these Eastern European, like developing countries. There's so much stuff being built, there's so much potential, and I think in the future, in terms of like value and return on investment, etc., I think these countries are a good place to be because there's so much to be done. Whereas if you look at one thing they always say about Sweden and Europe is like you have China with the DeepSeek AI model, you have the US with OpenAI and all the innovation coming out of there, and now we're in Albania. But if you're in Sweden, the bottle caps don't come off. That is the latest European invention, and obviously it's not completely true. Sweden does have a lot of innovation, but to some degree it's you know, it's a little bit what you're seeing come out of Europe. It's such a large, widespread continent, but not that much innovation coming out of it anymore. But we're doing our best to change that on a little small micro level. But now we're gonna head out to dinner. We've had a pretty good day in Tirana. Just ask my beautiful girlfriend here. What are your reviews on Tirana?
I like it. I think it's nicer than I thought.
What were you expecting?
Something very Eastern European.
Okay, so fair enough. So Eastern European is not good then?
It is, but it's just
You're expecting it to be less modern, developed. All right, now we're gonna head out to a nice restaurant for our only real full night here. And then tomorrow we're actually heading back to Sweden in the evening. So let's roll the B-roll and then...
And then aged in oak barrels to make it into grappa.
So in the last little clip there where I showed the timing switching, you may have seen that I had a video coming from above following me and Vidar. And what this is just drop the cover, is this little guy. So this is a DJI Neo. And this little thing is incredible. So to fly it, start it up like so, and then you go to, there's an app for it, that's called DJI Fly, like that. You just press connect, and then you pick that it's gonna track you. Join, and then it connects to the drone. And the thing is, I've had a drone before, but it was a very large drone, and it wasn't like, to fly it was a whole project. Whereas now this little thing, you just literally bring with you in your hand, and then you just fly it like that. So you get this little thing up, press start, and it takes off. And then it'll literally follow me around. So if I move, it's gonna track my face. And this is what got this nice video. And then you can see this is what it looks like on the actual phone, which is wild because it will follow you around the block, it will follow you around corners, it'll follow you inside of the store. And I realize I'm talking on this loud ass drone in my ear, so you probably can't hear it. And when you want to land it because you want to talk to a YouTube video, you just put your hand out and it lands in your hand. It's incredible. The future is now. So expect a lot more drone montages coming in the future. Now I'm gonna hop on, I'm gonna show you what I've been working on in regards to code. So let's hop on the computer. So what I've been working on now for the last couple of days really, or I guess it's been probably 2 or 3 weeks now, is this Arb Safe app. So this is an app for people who are doing, in the future it's gonna be more risky jobs such as working at height, you know, the people who are climbing windmills, etc. But to begin with, it's gonna be for the people who do tree work. So people who climb trees, they prune them, they cut them down, etc. And they need to do a specific risk assessment, and they also need to plan this job. So here's a little bit of the Figma overview. And you've probably seen this before if you've watched other vlogs. It's one of the apps that I'm currently working on. Arb Safe, it's gonna be called. So this is how far I've gotten. We've got the whole onboarding. I've shown that in a previous video. Onboarding is very nice, so we're gonna skip that in this one. But we've implemented functionality for editing your account, for adding certificates, for example, such as, you know, you're an ISA certified arborist, European tree worker, etc., etc. We can justify or adjust our health data, so we can have our emergency contact, we can have our blood type, any additional information. And we also have organizations and all that. And you can go into this now, these are dummy ones, but this will, for example, say company A, and then you're able to adjust your image and all of that jazz. But what we have developed today is the ability to create a job. So first of all, we will click this one. I'll show you how this works. So if we go to the file that is create a job pop-up, is that when this little plus button here is triggered, it triggers this create a job. And as you can see, it then shows my 2 organizations that I am a part of. And what this then will do is that this will create a list view, so a separated list view, which is these things, and it will have a list tile that contains the text that is the org name. So it's as simple as that. And if we go to the organization here, we have a list of organizations, and I'll show you how that is fetched. Go to definition, like so. So this is fetched using the organization provider, and the organization provider looks like this. So it's an asynchronous provider that takes the current user, and then for the user, it uses another user model to determine which organization IDs are inside of this user model's document. So it will look for a list called organization IDs, and it will fetch all of those IDs. Then it will go to the collection inside of Firebase that is organizations, and it will find the specific path that has a document ID that is inside of the list of user organization IDs. And then it will take all of this and spit this out into a map that I can then use with the organization model, which shows all of the fields that are contained. So if you don't know programming, this is a little bit complex, but essentially it fetches the current user, all of the organizations that this user is a part of, and then it fetches the details and the name, the image, etc. for this. You can then click this and you get this nice page. So we can say, for example, this is on Brad Street 2, and we can say the customer name is Anders Andersson, and then we'll just take a random phone number, like so. Select date, let's say this is tomorrow, and say the time is at 9 o'clock, 9:22 we'll say. Enter description of large oak, needs chipping. And because of that, we're gonna also say, yeah, the duration is gonna be a little bit longer job. It's gonna be a 5-hour one, and we're gonna need the chipper because we just said that it's gonna be chipping. Team, so I'm gonna be the team leader. Right now, this is just because I'm the only one in the team. And for photos, we can go into the device's photos. This is on a simulator, so it looks a bit slow. We'll select a photo. So for example, this could be a photo of the job site. It could be a photo of the particular tree that you're working on, whatever. And after that, we go to create. As you can see, this is now viewable here. So then we take the home page, which builds a list of these job cards. So the job cards look like this, and it builds a list of this to display that today we have this particular job. And I can see now job time, for example, I'm not really using. This should be something that I'd probably use. So we will add this to the second part there that says address. So we have job address, and then we'll say plus, we'll do job time. See how that looks. So we need to transform that into a, as you can see, that's now not really the correct format. So we need to add a space. And then we're gonna say to date. Wait, I'm not getting this shortcut. I haven't built this function yet. Yeah, but as you can see, I'll implement this afterwards. But then it will say the particular time that you're meant to be there. So it'll say the date and the time. Actually, I think we can just do job time here. See how that looks. Because we have the address here. Yeah, I think that looks better actually. Yeah, so then you'll be able to get an overview of the jobs here. So that is how far I've gone now. The next part we're gonna be is doing the actual job view. This is gonna look like this part here. So that's what's going to happen when you click on this. You're going to be navigated to something that looks like this. And after that, we're going to be working on chats, and we're going to be working on organizations. So right now, actually, it's 9:24. We're going to head over to CapCut, and we're going to start editing a video. It's a video about the death is a little bit of a harsh word, but it's the end of the middle class programmer. It's about how these people who are stuck in the middle, like they're not the best, they're not the worst, and the opportunities for them are kind of shrinking due to the rise of all of these tools, AI tools, but also due to outsourcing. So that'll be quite an interesting video. You can find that on the channel. But that's gonna be it for today's video. If you like this type of content with a little bit more explainer stuff and a little bit more demo, like actual hands-on code, then feel free to let me know down below, and I'll share more of this. Also, if you want to see more of this, subscribe. It's completely free of charge. It's the biggest bargain out there. So yeah, I ran out of things to say. Peace. See you in the next one.